Hello and welcome. My name is Professor Richard Seweryniak. Today we'll be discussing using NETLAB Initial Login procedures. To use NETLAB, we must first use either Google Chrome or Chromium web browser. We can't use Firefox, Safari, Microsoft Internet Explorer, or Edge, or any other type of web browser. We must use either Google Chrome or Chromium. Let's begin by using our Google Chrome or Chromium web browser. You'll notice on the screen if I left mouse click or right mouse click, it will be displayed by changing the halo of the mouse and also an on-screen display. Also, if I type something onto the screen, it will display in all caps even if I'm entering it in all lowercase. For right now, let's enter our URL of netlab.pvcc.edu. We're using the HTTPS protocol, and you'll notice that we have our locked icon right here. We can verify that it's using HTTPS instead of the insecure HTTP protocol by clicking on the locked icon, and we can verify our certificate. You'll remember that HTTP protocol displays our username and password in clear text and does not encrypt. Our username for our NETLAB login will generally be our email address. It'll be something at email.vccs.edu. Our default password is PVCC1972, all lowercase. If you ever need me to reset your password, I'll reset it to the default password of PVCC1972. So let's begin by entering our username of student at email.vccs.edu and our password of PVCC1972. When I click the login button, it will prompt me to change my password from the default. Now I do have a filter on here to try to filter out some of the more common passwords, or if you try to reattempt to change it back to PVCC 1972, it will get denied and it'll ask you to change a different password. For this, I'll try to use an insecure password of netlab123 just for demonstration purposes. I'll click the submit button, and then it asks us to validate our email address. This is not currently used in any of our features at this time. Now, if you're sitting on a California beach somewhere, you may want to change out the time zone, but for us on the East Coast, oftentimes these defaults will be just fine. So I'll click submit. Now our account's ready to use, and the next time that we log in successfully, we'll be prompted with this following page that shows our scheduled lab reservations. Right now we don't have a lab reservation, so we'll need to make one for our assignments.